Okay, next on the list we've got relaxation and getting your body ready to sing. Like I said, singing is something we always want to let happen, not something we want to make happen. So that's what this next little bit of stretching is all about. Now for the body, I stretch everything. I start off with my legs and work my way up. And the reason that is because everything's connected to everything else. Even when I first started playing guitar, I had a lot of tension in my shoulders and my arms. And as I learned to release that tension, it moved. So it came here. And then as I released that, it was in my lower back. And I released that, and, you know, you really start to learn how everything's connected to everything else. And if you're not nice and relaxed everywhere, then you're limiting your potential. So I start off with just basic, gym class stretches. Reach down, touch toes, do those raises where you got your foot up there, get every muscle in your leg stretched out, even on the side, your calves, everything. And then I do some side stretches, go to the other side, and from here I kind of roll over my front a little bit, get my side and lower back, stretch my lower back, and if you guys need stretches for your body, that's a quick YouTube. When you get to your neck, that's something that you kind of want to really be careful of, because we don't want to stretch our neck like we stretch the rest of our body. We want to be really relaxed, because these need to be relaxed in order for us to do what we need to do with our voice. So what I start off with is an exercise that involves a lot of those images I was talking about, the mental images. It'll help you a lot with keeping it relaxed. And starting off, what you're going to do is you're going to put your chin down towards your chest and just let it rest there. And you're going to look up to one side and look down and look up to the other side. I want you to do this first without those mental visualizations, and you're probably going to feel some stretching right here and some stretching right here. Now, feeling that stretching in the neck is kind of an indicator that you're a little too tense. So the stretches, or the visualizations that I'm going to talk about for these stretches, will help you combat that. So what I do for this one, this side-to-side one, is I picture, I don't know if you guys have ever seen those, they're like picture frames with blue liquid in them, and they've got little boats and animals and stuff in them, and as you turn it to one side, the liquid will come up to one side, and vice versa. Well, I picture that. And as I'm looking down, I picture floating up to one side and my head kind of floating up with the liquid. And then I tilt it down and then tilt it up to the other side, and it helps my head float up with the liquid. And as I'm thinking about this, I feel a lot less stretch. A little bit, but it's a really relaxed stretch, and you will feel the difference. Do it with a mental image, do it without. You'll feel a difference. And then, after you've done that, I do it about 3 times to each side, nice and relaxed. And then I move to, that stretches the outside, by the way. Then I move to one that kind of does more of the inside. And what this exercise is again, I'm going to use liquid, I'm going to use water. I think it's a great mental image, because, water just is, it just happens. So what I do for this one is I picture, I've got my whole body kind of sitting in the water, and my head is just floating. It's the most buoyant water ever, so my head's just kind of floating in there. And as the water recedes, my head goes down. And then as the water starts to rise again, my head floats along with it, and it comes up. And then kind of goes down. Now if you start to feel some tension even when you're doing this, just don't go up as high. Go up a little higher next time. And then just kind of stop if you start to feel some tension. Again, do it without the visualization first, and then with, so you can really feel the difference of how, it's going to feel when you're nice and relaxed. Then after I've done those two, and we've got the neck nice and, relaxed, then I kind of move to my cheeks and my jaw. And I shake my hands when I do this, almost like I'm flicking off a bee. It's the same technique I use to make sure I've got my strumming arm nice and relaxed when I'm strumming. So I do this with both hands, and I kind of let my jaw move around a little bit. Just get it nice and relaxed. And then I totally relax my cheeks, and as I'm doing this, I'm going to start to sound a little like Richard Nixon, but that's okay. And it looks totally weird and creepy, and I'm looking at you like I have weird intentions. But you're going to just keep it relaxed, even Move around, kind of massage it a little bit with your hands. This will be kind of tight for some people, kind of just below your temples. So I just keep my cheek relaxed, let my hands go over that. And then I massage underneath a little bit. And as I'm talking, it's really tense. And if you are tense, then it's going to hurt. But if you're nice and relaxed, your fingers are going to be able to go up farther up into your jaw. And that relaxes your tongue. That gets that nice and ready to sing, because if you've got a tense tongue, it's going to be pushed back a little farther or forward a little too far, and it's going to affect your pitch. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of when they're singing too high or too low and they can't hit the pitch, sometimes it's due to tension. So if you get nice and relaxed, you may find right off the bat, oh wow, and suddenly singing on pitch a lot easier. So that's that stuff. I'm going to go into kind of a part 2 to get into proper posture and be nice and relaxed when we get there. Instead of making it happen, we're going to let it happen. So I'll show you that in kind of our preparing, I don't know what I'm going to call this video, in our preparing video part 2.